Eventually, after few trainings, I transferred myself internally to my cybersecurity and audit team in my own organization, and that was a huge break for me. So that's how I would say my journey in cybersecurity started, and then there was no looking back because I then also worked with various other companies, Big Four, application risk, compliance, audits. So that's how I kind of have established and also want to continue, and I am continuing in the same domain.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Gore Batra show. I am on my third day of InfoSec on Wheels, and in Pune I am going to meet a big time influencer having 43,000 plus followers on Instagram in travel and food vlogging. She started her career with tech and cyber consulting, and now she is a big time influencer. We are going to talk to Shivani Nadkarni, and we are going to learn about her journey from tech to influencing. Let's hear her out. So, Shivani, welcome to the GB show.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. Pleasure.
The pleasure is mine. So, thanks for accepting the invitation and coming all the way to the new studio which we have in Pune. So, Shivani, for my audience to start the conversation, I will love to know when we say tech to influencing, where the tech part comes in and what you started as part of your career.
Yeah. So Gaurav, actually I'm as a common engineer who starts their career. I've started my career in software testing, and being born and brought up in Mumbai, I was also placed in a very reputed company, an MNC, in my first stages of my career. I worked in companies in Pune majorly, and cybersecurity and compliance happened 5 years ago when I was in my, it was my pregnancy break, and we had FedRAMP certification happening in our company. So I was a person basically who was also testing my application and my basically services for FedRAMP, and that is how my research and my curiosity increased. That's how I got introduced to the world of compliance and cybersecurity, and eventually after few trainings, I transferred myself internally to my cybersecurity and audit team in my own organization, and that was a huge break for me. So that's how I would say my journey in cybersecurity started, and then there was no looking back because I then also worked with various other companies, Big Four, application risk, compliance, audits. So that's how I kind of have established and also want to continue, and I am continuing in the same domain.
And what are your day-to-day job looks like today?
So yes, it's a very interesting question. So as we were speaking, I have also established myself in the world of blogging on Instagram. So day to day, it all starts the same hustle every day. We have our projects that we take up for InfoSec. We take up risk and compliance, and I work with my team. And the usual meetings, the usual hustle, and I would say that yes, that's how we work together. We handle certifications for teams, we help them, we consult them for various technical certifications, or you can say milestones. Say you want to implement Cloudflare in your organization, or you want to get ISO certified. So these are few examples wherein we come together and work.
Awesome, and this is new information for me because I know you as a influencer in the travel, lifestyle, and the food space. So when that happened, because that is something I am curious to know about.
Thank you so much for the compliment, actually. And yes, I have been, I'm more recognized now as, okay, she is an influencer, or you can say my colleagues or my friends now introduce me like, she's an influencer. That's the first thing that happens, and it actually creates a lot of, still it gives me goosebumps, or you can say it gives a very pleasant feeling. And yeah, to share with everybody, actually it started off just like any person who would open Instagram and post pictures. But for me, it was I think COVID, when we were left with our kid. I always had my parental support from my pregnancy journey, and my parents used to be around. So when I started going back to my work, it was very normal for me. I didn't have so much of pressure being at home, managing the kid alone, and then again working. But COVID really changed a lot of things, because we all know we had to manage multiple things. And that's how things turned, because from my job in my corporate, I started taking up projects and I started freelancing in my COVID years. That gave me time to manage by my own. That's how I started kind of also exploring Instagram. Reason being, I was a young mom, and being a mom was nothing that kind of is magical, is that what I feel. There's nothing magical about it, for me at least. It is a process where you have to handle and kind of learn every day. And I was trying to get a peer group where I've had similar environment. Like, I had few senior folks who had kids and probably were hands-on on them, but I was a new mom who was trying to juggle work, trying to kind of get back my identity, as well as trying to raise a kid. So that's how I got introduced to a community of mom bloggers, where I started posting, I started connecting, and the stories. There was no reels at that time, but there were stories. And when you look visually, when you understand that what a person, a mom and a working professional like me, who I connected, there were few mom bloggers who were like same like me, who were working professional, who were living outside India, but they were juggling. You get to know a lot of things, right? How a person goes through their day, what kind of probably activities or they indulge with their kids, or they are trying to balance out. So that's how I felt. It was very relaxing and relatable for me. Although there are friends, there are parents where you connect, but sometimes you kind of want relatability, and that's how I found few mom bloggers, and we became friends. It gave me a platform, and I was an amateur blogger. But when I started following some really ace bloggers from Mumbai and Bangalore, cities like metro cities, who were like pretty established at that time as mom bloggers, I was very elevated, and I learned from them the content that they were creating. So as I say, as now I believe, like, I am a decent content creator. What happens is, everybody has content in their mobile, and everybody loves taking videos and pictures, but how you put out and what you write and what you try to show really matters. So that is something I started taking baby steps. Like, even if I am shooting something, I honestly feel, as a content creator, if you are talking, it's nothing that you have to have a DSLR or you have to be a great photographer. It definitely is an edge, I would say. But for you and your followers, and for you to be relatable to the audience, it's about how you're showing your videos. Angles, I would say, are important, but if there's a voiceover in your video, I have my own style. So if I'm trying to cover a video which is non-collaborative or non-sponsored, I always create good content, so that people who are now watching kind of get the information quickly, and they are able to understand that what I'm trying to show them. And I now believe that it's more of awareness. Influencing is more of creating awareness, because lifestyle influencer, as I basically market myself, and I believe it covers a lot of areas. It's just not about fashion, or it's just not about food, or I have turned my handle now into a normal handle, like it's my name now. Earlier it was Inquisitive Mom. It was for 3 years I was like mom. Now it's like I believe I cover a lot of things, and and I feel my kid has grown up, and I have probably conquered my motherhood anxiety at certain level, and I balance my life pretty much. So what I believe is, now I have turned into a lifestyle where I kind of collaborate with brands who are into fashion, home decor, or travel. So that's how I would say that I have concluded myself in this big world of influencing.
Great. I have seen some of your reels and food and travel blogging, and also I just love the your collaboration with your daughter with that ice cream one. Like she's as amazing as her mom.
Yeah. So that happens rarely, but yeah, because earlier when as I said, mom blogging, it highly depends on the kid, right? Because it's more of kids content, or it's more of parenting content that I'm trying to put out, which used to happen when your kid is a toddler, because the kid is really innocent, they don't know what they are doing, and we just have to instruct them and they do. But now when your kids grow up, and I would say Gen Z is what I believe my kid is really, and she has so many things, so many questions that she just doesn't want to create content with me. It's all about her mood, it's all about whether she's comfortable wearing something. So yes, slowly I have kind of managed to move into lifestyle, and yes, my kid sometimes does cooperate and we create good content. But yeah, I mean, I make a point that I kind of don't drag my kid or kind of force her into a lot of
Okay,
screen.
and I think this not have been just a one night journey. It took some time, when you started posting and you become an influencer. So, what was the moment when you felt like, ab ho gaya?
Yeah, I think I've been asked by a lot of friends and colleagues, and I remember when I used to put videos, pictures on Facebook, and I don't know. I mean, I'm a personality, I believe, who used to love posting pictures and content, and at that time, I would say that before 2010. Sorry, before 2015, I would say that my colleagues who were with me, my peers or my relatives, you can say, or you know how it is, people used to say, why you post so many pictures sometimes, or there's like, अरे ये तो घूमती ही रहती है यार, ये तो तू कितना बाहर जाती है. So I am like कि everybody goes, it's all about putting out. So I used to love, because the same feeling which I get now, that if people looking at my pictures or looking at my videos, they also get some information and they feel like, okay, wow, Kashmir. So I posted about Kashmir, and it's about how travel bloggers do. They go and probably explore some unexplored areas. इतना तो content नहीं था वो मेरा, but I used to post pictures, and maybe some people who had travel in mind would feel like going to Kashmir. That's an example, right? So that was a way of my starting to kind of post content. And I remember my colleagues at that time saying that yeah, how do you manage and how do you get time? And it's interesting also, we really like the way you are posting it. You have a lifestyle where you kind of enjoy, as well as probably you're balancing out your profession as well as your family. So that's some edge that I got, and I started thinking that what if I put good content, and if people are liking, following, and I kind of created my account, which was now public, because earlier, even when I started my mom blogging journey, I had kept it private for the same reasons that it's about our kids, us, and the safety. So there was a point when I started getting followers. So every day there were like 15-20 followers, which I started seeing traction, and within a span of 2-3 years, obviously we indulge in loops, we have our community, we do giveaways, and we do brand collaborations. So when you collaborate with pages, you get audiences. So that's how the journey actually started. And the only thing I think which was important in this was consistency. So even if sometimes you don't feel good, or even if you think that you don't have nothing to show, I had probably gone a 6 month or a year back, I pulled some content and I tried making, just so that I stay relevant, and so that my Insta algos keep running. That was one point. And I think I hit that great phase where I think I should pitch to brands now when I hit 10,000, because that was like a milestone. And that happened before I went to Bangalore last year. So when I was in Pune, and I did few brand collaborations which were very normal. I would say I started off as barters, where I covered skincare, or where I had covered clothing, and sometimes it's not even paid. It's like I also had people asking me that I am at a healthier side, and when I carry some clothes which probably they felt that won't look good on them, but I used to post and I used to take videos, they felt like they kept asking me which brand, or probably the way you carry these clothes, we really feel that they will look good on us also. So that was a point where I also created few content and pictures where they were not sponsored, but I put it out because maybe I felt that other people also can relate to. So yes, obviously there's a sense of validation when you are on social media, and that creates a lot of you know how it is, those chemicals which help
Yeah,
you feel
exactly.
good. But when it's relatable and when you think that you are getting traction, it is the point. And yes, I worked hard where I connected with lot of people, and I feel networking and your connections can kind of, it really can put you far off, like it,
Awesome.
that's the edge, I would say, because lot of talent is there, but if you don't network and if you don't connect to people and if you shy away from pitching yourself from brand, I would say even if I am today at a 40,000 plus, if I am liking something, I pitch to brands that I would love to collaborate and I work out on my deals. So that's how it is, like that's the point where. And to talk about Bangalore, I would like to add. So when I went to Bangalore, and I think the most important, I think I gained a lot of traction on my Instagram profile and on my content is when I moved to Bangalore last year, because that gave me access to really good, content creators. The Bangalore market, being a metro city as compared to Pune, had lot of opportunities. So although I was actually in a state of my life where I got a break in the biggest, profession, I got biggest professional break in a big four in Bangalore. At the same time, I was getting a lot of opportunities for my Instagram. So there was a time when I used to have a meeting. I used to carry my laptop to an event, and I used to attend my meeting, and I tried being at the event, network, and do what I'm supposed to do, like shoot and come back. There used to be a weekend where half of my day I'm editing my videos, because earlier, it took some time for me to understand that you can outsource a lot of things. So now that when we do paid collaborations, we see to it that I take outside help. I have my editing team with me who helps me edit videos, but still there are a lot of things which I capture from mobile, and I try, and it's difficult for somebody to edit your videos and pictures when you are the person who's shooting, because the level of satisfaction that you get when you do something by your own won't happen when a secondary person is shooting.
Because getting that vision or getting that feel is,
Yeah,
not
it's
possible.
different. So I still end up late nights editing my videos, even if kind of you are attending meetings, you are doing your homework with your kid, you have fed your family, and once the entire house is quiet, I end up, you'll find me on my couch or in my balcony editing my video rather than watching some series on TV. So that was my personality from very beginning. Even in COVIDs, probably there were people, and everybody has their own ways of combating your stress or your tiredness. At the end of the day, either you are probably with your loved ones, you are spending time with your kids, a person probably gets a lot of satisfaction from them, which obviously we also get as a parent. There's nothing, but that's not the only source, is what I believe. A person might watch TV, or a person might go to gym or do sports. We all have our own mechanisms. But what I believed over the years is, when I kind of shoot content and edit by my own, that sense of satisfaction is a stress buster for me. So that's therapeutic.
Awesome.
So when I create content and I'm editing and putting out on Instagram, it also gives me that kind of feeling where I think I am refreshed by that. Although I'm hustling, but that is something is giving me a lot of.
Awesome. I think amazing journey, and after listening this, I must say it wouldn't have been all gaga, right? But you have family to support, you have work, professional work which you're doing, and then you started influencing, right? So what were the few biggest challenges you faced during this journey, and how you cater to them?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge is being a mom. I would say that because if you are not having a extra responsibility at home, and if you are working, it is more easier for you to kind of journal that okay, I'm done with my work, and today evening I'll go and shoot at some restaurant, or I can go to a launch event, because I don't have somebody who is a little person who's waiting for me. Even if people are married and you have your supportive partner these days, then they are equally, in fact they come with you for events, because they also probably are free in the evening and you both can attend events. But when you have a kid, and especially I think when your kid is over 5, मुझे ऐसा लगता है personally is that the kid really needs a lot of attention when they are growing up once they are done with their toddler phase, because toddler is something that they don't need too much of engagement. That kid is by their own if you give them little toys, or they have their friends with whom they can just play around. But I think once your kid reaches higher grades, there's a lot to give attention. Their personality is getting developed. So I think once my kid, I remember, asked me that, Mama, where do you go on every weekend where you're getting ready, and where do you go and you're not taking me, and with whom are you going? Because that was a phase in Bangalore where initially you need to network. Any profession or any domain, networking I think is a key to your success or to your access to the entire profession. And that's something I think every blogger should understand and invest in. And I had no answer for my kid because I just explained her that Mama doesn't go to party, Mama goes for her meetings. And that's how I explained it to her, that I have my meetings, I meet and I create beta I create some professional content.
ये वाला मेरे साथ भी हुआ है.
हाँ. So first thing I wanted her to understand that this is nothing that is happening just for fun. I believe content creation is super fun. To quote this, it is super fun. It is dope. I would say you are nothing but a mini celebrity once you start shooting, because it's like the same thing, camera, action, and you are doing a lot of things. And but I think it's the most difficult, as well as it is a very responsible job, because you are the director. You are your own. If you are a budding influencer like me, I still believe I have lots to learn. So I don't have a makeup team, a camera team, a script writer and an editor who runs with me every time. Okay, so I've not yet reached that, guys. You will have to help me if I have to reach that level. Yeah, because I won't be the part of top 10 influencers of India who are like, running with their teams.
You will be on the Forbes list. I wish you that.
Yeah, but a mid-level influencer, I would say, not a macro, but I have reached an mid-level influencer where I am also writing my own scripts. I deck up myself and I end up editing my videos most of the time. So I am still in that phase, and that's very difficult. But consistency is helping me a lot. I now reached a phase where brands approach me and I can pitch what I want at certain levels.
Amazing. And you use the word mini celebrity, right? So starting your journey with following some influencers in the mom's content space, and now influencing others, how your life has changed?
Yeah, I would say it has changed a lot actually. I get a lot of gratification, and I thank my stars. And I also believe in one thing, is that if you really want something, and that's really true that people quote, then the entire universe can help you. And I also believe in you attract what you really want. So from being an average techie, I would say, because I don't think I've still moved mountains professionally. I am not at a basically designation where I'm handling a huge setup. I still have stayed in a level where I can balance out my profession and these extra blogging activities, you can say intentionally, because it is difficult. If you are professionally very involved, like you are a leader, then for you to create content in a field which is different from what your profession is will take a lot of things, unless of course you have a team which helps you, example Curly Tails, because you have entire team who works with you, and probably if Curly Tails wants to run her office, she can do that as well. So that is an edge. But I think at this level, I believe I have tried balancing a lot. And what I believe is not leaving the mainstream, because I have given my entire years of profession, and I have still not reached a level on Instagram where probably I have crossed the numbers that comes from my profession. I would still like to
But how the future looks like, what you will like to aim. So how long you think that this will go parallelly, and don't you think if you full time go into the influencing market and you can grow much faster to the Forbes list?
I think you can say Amin for this. But the thing is that it takes a lot actually. It takes a lot. I am still juggling. I would say I am still juggling as a family. It for a f- I there was a phase I have given full time blogging a chance where I was on a short break after my stint in Big Four. I started back freelancing because of my time management. I had to shift back to Pune, so that was another phase where I had to give up on my corporate again this year. But the thing is that it might happen. It might happen that I see myself in next. If you ask me for my blogging, I really see myself growing a lot in the next 5 years. Influencer marketing is a $1 billion market. Now we also are pitched, bloggers are pitched on par of celebrity when it comes for a brand to, kind of add themselves, and when they want to create awareness about it. So NIC is an example, right? Nick Ice Creams was pretty famous anyways, but the thing is they are choosing influencers who probably would lift them up, and that's how actually even Mama Earth, you can say, all the mid-size to big size brands, they all choose influencer marketing. And also I see bloggers who are now crossing those figures which are probably a celebrity or a sports person
Exactly,
gets.
that's
So that is the future. It is saturated, I would say, in terms of if you're starting new, and that's gonna be like really hard work now, because since I started 3-4 years back, I believe I got an edge, because at that time it was not that saturated. But now I think every society, every lane has a 10 to 15 influencer
Or maybe
who lives,
wannabe influencers,
yeah, or
everyone
a
is on the
wannabe
list.
influencer, which is great. I think it's great to step into influencing and test yourself. So that's there. But in next 5 years, I believe that there might be a time where I might start a full-time influencing, and why not also tech influencing, because uh, if not me, I can also get on board as you do with lot of other women professionals who
Exactly.
have their own story and who also are doing something else. Now, since we are talking about multitasking, I chose blogging, and I still find people who also are into music, or a person who is a trained classical dancer. I have friends who are doing it. I think that is also very difficult, because my friend also is part of an academy who does shows globally, and she travels. So she's a CA, she's also working in a Big Four and a mom, but she also juggles this career where she is also professionally involved in dance. So there are a lot of people, but blogging is something everybody sees. Reels are something that you cannot ignore if you're on social media, and that's the best part about this profession, because even if people don't like you, they won't be able to ignore.
To take it further, Shivani, I think great insights. But I have one last segment for you where I will ask you to talk to my audience directly. That any woman who's starting her career or in the mid journey, or from your experience, what advice you would like to give them, that which kept you moving and which works for you?
Yeah. So I would say that barring even blogging or any profession, I have addressed this in one of the women forums also. Although I believe I am still, I feel I'm a young mom. I always feel I'm a young mom. I think when I was on my maternity break, and 80% women globally, not just Indians, go through this identity crisis that happens with us, because we are not probably, innately, you can say, full-time moms. And kudos to full-time moms also, because that's the most difficult and thankless probably journey that happens for full-time moms. But I would say that being a professional, being a mom, I went through this whole phase where I was very lost, because my entire routine was all about my kid for many months. And that, when happens to any person who is a professional in any industry, it takes a toll on you. But what I did was I asked for help. I spoke to my parents, I spoke to my spouse, and I also was very vocal about what I wanted. And at that point of time, probably you can just think that you want to do something. It need not be go back to your job, because probably it is stressful to manage a very small kid and your job again. Take a longer break. But what I did was, probably Instagram happened, and I connected. So the more you connect with what you want will help you a lot to basically relate and move ahead in your life with. So it can be art, it can be dance, it can be music, but doing what you love and connecting with that relevant community is very important, is what I believe. And outsourcing. So one of the most, I think in COVID, everybody learned that, it is so important. It's a teamwork. When you are a family, it's actually an organization. You are running an organization. And I remember in COVID, me and my husband dividing tasks as, kind of team leaders, discussing today's status about, whether the whether the house is cleaned or whether who's going the utensils, because I think I used to dread that task more than the team meetings that I used to have, and then juggle the kid. So I really feel that post-COVID, when I really wanted to do more than what I was doing, outsourcing is the key. Because if you're good at something, you need not try to kind of multitask in the tasks which are not important and fetching, kind of anything for you. I feel investing your time in the right way and in what you think is going to benefit you is very important, and that you need to understand as early as possible. So just because your family wants you to cook all the time, but you don't think you're enjoying that, and that's not getting what, getting value out of you, you can outsource that at certain level, and probably focus on something what you really think you're good at, and probably will also give you monetary benefits. So that is what I learned. And also, being a mom, it's okay to leave your kid, take help for, be it daycare or be it any help from family, a nanny, so that you get some hours for yourself and you kind of can develop really something that you want in your life, is completely okay. I would really, and I know I'm referring too much with the moms, but I really feel that is how I had started my journey.
Awesome. I guess, thank you. I think my audience would have loved this content, and this is something I tried to do differently this time. And guys, if you actually liked it, let me know what else you want me to experiment with. And thank you, Shivani. I love talking to you. And
thank you so much, Gaurav.
Last segment as thanks for being on my show.
Hey, this is so cool. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you next Sunday. Till then, be safe. Take care. Bye-bye.